of all the people, I know Don can put some drinks down. I know you can put some drinks down. I know there's the Briscoes. There's everybody else in Florida. But who was the drinker of all drinkers in Florida?
Oh, well, I mean, nobody could outdrink Andre. Andre was there down in Florida quite a bit. But regular drinkers, I don't know. I mean, we drank so much, I don't know who drank the most.
It's all just blurry at a certain
Yeah.
point, I take it. Because you mentioned Andre, something I've never asked about Andre is when he would come into Florida, for example, how much would the house jump up in thousands, I imagine?
Well, I mean, he was usually only here, for big shows. And we ran like St. Pete or Lakeland, where there were special Saturday night shows. He would come on those, and he was always an attraction. Exactly how much he added, I don't know. I was just, I was young and I didn't pay attention to those things. I was still excited about going to the ring and having a match. But yeah, I mean, he definitely added.
With Andre, you're a big boy yourself. What height were you billed as, and was it your real height? Was it about 6'6"?
I was right at 6'6", and then I wore those boots. So I was probably 6'7", 6'8" in those boots.
So you're not a small man. So someone who almost sort of saw eye to eye with Andre the Giant. What do you think his real height was?
Uh, he was close to 7 foot. I mean, he was there. He was a big old rascal. I've got a story about Andre.
Please.
Whenever he come to Florida, he would ride with me because he knew my dad. And anyway, we had a Cadillac limousine that we drove sometimes on the road in Florida. Mike Graham owned it. And we drove it. Well, it was me and Andre in the limousine. So I took him to Tallahassee, Florida. Well, we had our matches. We were through, and we were heading out. We had to hit the liquor store. So he said, "Get me a case of Blue Nun wine." So I got him a case, 12 bottles of Blue Nun wine. A bottle of Blue Nun wine, he could hold between his fingers like this. So we're heading out of Tallahassee, heading towards Tampa, and he says he wanted to make it back to the lounge before last call, and it was like 11 o'clock. Last call was like at 2, so I said we can just make it. So I put the hammer down. I'm running 126 miles an hour, and I see a blue light probably 4 or 5 miles behind me because it's these straightaways. And I said, "Andre, there's a cop behind us." He says, "One pretty fast, you can outrun him." So I kept going. This cop caught us. It took him about 30 minutes. He caught us, and he was red hot, man. And he was a big, tall guy. He was probably 6'9", 6'10", real skinny. He came to the window. He beat on the window. He says, "What the fuck are you doing driving so fast? I scrape people off this highway." And I said, "I've just taken Andre to his airplane. He's got to make a flight." He said, "I don't care who you got in there." And about that time, Andre pushed the door open and he stuck his boot out to get out of that door. And I saw that guy look down at Andre's boot, and he took like 5 steps back, like stagger steps. Andre stepped out, and this guy looked up at him. He went back to his car, sat in his car, and we sat there for probably maybe just 5 minutes. He came back and he says, "I'm going to write you a ticket, but I'm going to let you go." And he says, "I'm going to have every highway patrolman in here in Tampa watching for you." So he wrote me a ticket for 126 miles an hour. Andre said, "Well, I'll pay it for you, no problem," which I never saw. But so as soon as that cop turned around and went the other way, we hightailed it. I got Andre to the bar just before last call.
Were you driving your own car, or was it always rental cars? Because if it was always rental cars, how were they going to find you?
Yeah, well, that was Mike's car that he used for the road. When we traveled together down there, we'd rent the little Dodge vans. Sometimes we'd all travel together, but usually I'd say from about 84, 85 on, I usually travel with just one other person, or maybe two. Mike Graham and the referee Pee Wee. But other than that, just rental cars are the way to go for all the boys we travel together.